Grant and Brad's Ghastly Gab.
Welcome to Grant and Brad's Ghastly Gab. I'm Grant.
I'm Brad.
And if you were looking for a bigger... Nah, I messed that up. It was going to be you're going to need a bigger podcast. Yeah, but I fucked it up, so...
That's sarcastic.
There we go. Yeah, so this has been a hell of a week for me. I don't know what it's been like for you, but it's starting to get really busy at work again, and we're not hiring anybody back, so everybody's doing a bunch of jobs, so it's been very tiring.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I kind of have that same week. Somebody is, the person I back up is out, so I'm handling two people's load along with just other stuff this week. It's been a tiring week. I'm glad it's Thursday. TGIT is what they say.
You know what? We can cheers to that. I can't even make a cool can opening sound, so we just have to touch.
What are you drinking there?
A big one.
I have just the can. We're drinking the same thing.
We're drinking the same thing, but I think I'm getting the better value. This is 33.8 ounces for 69 cents.
Mine's going to stay colder longer. And
maybe have bubbles longer, too.
Yeah. You have the 40-ounce problem.
I do. Did you watch anything?
We left off at Shawshank, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
so,
I did not get Shawshank this time, but I did get Let Go this time, and that's why we started a little bit later.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Let Go like the
app, like you selling that Dreamcast.
Oh, Let Go, yeah. Oh, yeah. I thought I was thinking of let me in. I was like, okay, Let Go, yeah. Let Go. Let's see here. I've been watching Supermarket Sweep like a motherfucker because it came on Netflix, and I love Supermarket Sweep. It was one of my favorite shows when I was young. And so I've watched like 10 episodes of that. And then beyond that, I've watched Weekend at Bernie's with Cameron, and then we watched Predator. So
okay,
just
did he like Predator?
Opposite. Yeah, he liked Predator, I think, better than he liked Weekend at Bernie's.
Okay.
I think Weekend at Bernie's comedy, don't know that it holds up in 2020 to a 9-year-old.
Yeah. I think the only time I've watched it is with you, to be honest.
I think it's a movie that is like held highly in regards to my family, like my brother and my cousins. We used to just recite it and quote it a lot. So I guess it's one of those ones.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think everybody has those movies.
This last time. Yeah, myself watching it this last time, I was like, this is not like that great of a story, but I still love it. Like, for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So, beyond that, I don't know that I've watched much. I started to watch one of the Reanimators, but I stopped that too.
They all showed up on Shudder, and I think the only one I've seen is the first one with you and Frank. And so I am interested to actually sit down and watch the rest of them. Because it seems like those sequels are kind of like people actually don't shit on them.
Yeah, they're good. I started watching, I think Bride of Reanimator, if I recall, was the one I started watching. So, yeah, I feel like I watched something else, though, and I cannot remember what it was. So, just shrug it off, I guess.
Well, I went the other way. Yeah, we went the other way than you. You actually went back to the old game show of Supermarket Sweep. We went and started watching the brand new Press Your Lucks with Elizabeth Banks.
Okay.
And it's actually real fun, and it's probably more stressful than Deal or No Deal. Because if you hit that whammy, you're down to fucking zero and have lost everything.
Right.
Which you can build it back up pretty fast, but yeah, it has to be a big letdown. And then we also went with the new Unsolved Mysteries. We finished that up. And,
okay.
And I don't know if you watch any of those.
I watched the first one.
You watch what?
The first one. The first episode.
Yeah.
About the roof guy.
Oh yeah. The guy that just
It was good.
disappeared. Yeah, and
I had heard the story before.
oh, you have. And
I don't know if I heard it like on one of those nights of where you go through the YouTube rabbit hole of strange and scary
yeah,
stories.
and you find
It
one.
might have been there, or it could have been on a podcast because once you start going down those podcast holes too of like the could have been that too. I don't know.
Yeah, and I actually had that problem too because we watched the ABC Jim Jones documentary, and I was really excited about it, and then it's everything that I've already like read or listened to, so there was like no new information, so I was kind of bummed about that one.
It's always crazy to see the imagery though, no matter what, no matter how many times I've looked at it and seen it.
To see it and to hear his messages, and the fact that it's kind of like the Tiger King guy, where why did you record everything? Like, it just seems like such a weird thing to do. And this guy recorded everything, but it's like chilling when he says like attention and all that, like right before they're going to give the kids the Kool-Aid and all that. Like it's very eerie and it is still disturbing, but I was more upset that there wasn't like something new or something. I don't know. I wanted something more out of it than to sit there for like 2 hours and just see stuff that I've seen or I've heard or something like that.
Right.
And then before... Oh no, we started the X-Men movies. So we're slowly doing that one. That first one, man, is so rough. And
it's not very good, but X-Men 2 is so good.
Fucking good. But
it's one of my favorite superhero movies.
But I was explaining to Maya, because coming off Avengers, or the whole Marvel thing, 23 movies, whatever the hell it is, that first X-Men is such a rough fucking watch. And Maya just kind of was just like, okay, that's a thing. And I was like, there's a lot of things going on here. I was like, back in 2000, comic book movies.
This was groundbreaking.
Yeah. It was like, it's something everybody had been waiting for, because I don't even think the Spider-Mans were out yet. And they were trying to figure kind of the
first big one.
Yeah, and they were trying to figure out how to make comic book movies cool, because they weren't. Because I even looked at Maya and I was like, you know what Wolverine looks like, right? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, if they put him in a yellow suit, everybody would have laughed at him. But the fact that Disney was able to put Captain Marvel or Captain America in the actual Captain America suit, everybody was like, that's great. But he looks ridiculous in that first movie. So and they smashed everything into one movie, and it's so quick, and it's just it's not good. And then you really have to get to X2 first, I feel. Or as fast as you can, not first.
And then X3 is not great either, but then after that they get pretty good again.
Yeah. And now that Disney has them, I'm hoping somehow they can start working it in. I don't know, because you can get Wolverine in places, I feel, but the problem now, I think, is that they have to basically reinvent it, because you have to make people forget about Hugh Jackman at this point.
Which is going to be tough.
Yeah. But and I do have a rant.
I did remember.
Oh, sorry, what?
Okay.
No, I mean,
I remembered I watched something else.
Okay.
I watched Friday the 13th. I think it was. Oh, it's the one before Manhattan.
7.
Is it New?
The New Blood.
Is it New Blood? Is that what it is?
Yeah, with the telekinesis girl.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's also it's also known as Friday the 13th, because I guess everybody on the set was gay, and they had a big problem because the main guy was gay, and anytime he had to kiss that girl, you can tell that he did not want to at all. But
it was funny because the doctor in it is Bernie from Weekend at Bernie's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's kind of funny. I totally forgot that I watched it, and I watched something else too, but I just can't remember what it was.
I don't mind 7 that much.
It was Chud. I watched Chud.
I still have never seen Chud.
I hadn't seen it since literally me and my brother and maybe Marshall watched it down in the basement of my parents' house when I was in 7th or 8th grade.
I mean, every time I hear Chud, I think of your brother, though. I still remember in the basement him talking about Chud all the time. I think he rented it one night or something, but I always think of Jake. Yeah.
So maybe I did watch it when I bought it. I just don't remember necessarily watching it. Maybe I fell asleep during it. But I did watch Chud, and it was really good.
Okay. Well, I do need to get to that one.
The Friday the 13th, it was good, but it just, I don't know, it made me because I wanted to watch Manhattan too. I was like, all right, I'll watch both of these. And then after I watched it, I was like, I don't want to watch anymore for a minute. But
it's not the best one, but it's not the worst one.
No, it's not the worst one, but it's just none of them. I think it was like 3 that I really liked, or 4. It's one of the 2, I think.
4 has Feldman in it.
So then I think it was 3. What?
3's the one where he gets the hockey mask. 3's the one.
Okay,
like,
is that one really good?
Yeah, I like 1 through 4, and then 5 kills it off, and then I'm sure we can have a whole podcast just about these movies at one point. 6 I really, really like, and then 7, 8, or 9 I don't like at all, and then 10's great.
Okay.
But a lot of people shit on 10 because of the space thing, but if you just accept it for what it is, it's great to me.
I don't have them memorized because they're so fucking similar.
There's little things in between. I mean,
little things like, oh, there's telekinesis, but it's still just like Jason's out.
They keep the story. They have a story going starting at 4 because Corey Feldman starts as Tommy Jarvis, and then in 5, the Tommy Jarvis character goes to the nut house.
Yes.
And then in 6, but what like the problem is they keep switching actors. 6, they just disregard 5, and Tommy Jarvis is still crazy, but he's trying to make sure Jason's dead, and that's what brings him back. So you have this little pocket where Tommy's there for 3. It's kind of like Danielle Harris in Halloween movies where she's she's around for a couple of them. Like they tried to start something, but then it just went nowhere because they even named number 4 the final chapter, and like they wanted it to be done, but for some reason, well, it's money. They could just keep making money, so they kept them going. But yeah, so I am very upset.
Rant. Yes, rant.
Yeah, before we get to the segue, I fucking one thing I hate, and it goes back. You've been there my whole life. Like the thing I always got upset about, because it happened all the time, was me getting my fucking CD player stolen out of my car. It happened like 7, 8 times. I can't stand.
I still remember that time at Jake's house when we came out, and you were like, and you knew it, like right when we came out, and something was saying on the ground, you were like, "That's my fucking CD player," and you were like, "And that fucking Manson CD was in there." I'm more upset about that. Like you were pissed.
Well, yeah, because I got used to people stealing my fucking CD player. I was, CDs were $20. I didn't want to buy that Manson CD again. But so I texted you. Like, I get really fucking mad about people trying to steal. Like, it's just like, it's the time it takes for you to fucking try to get a scam on somebody, fucking at least go get some type of job. I don't give a fuck. Like, I get very upset about it. Like, it's my money that I've worked for. I've bought something for myself. I get mad about it. So I texted you the other day and went, "Hey man, like I'm looking at these fucking kayaks, right?" And I was like, "I think I found some." And you were like, "That sounds about right." And so I fucking got on the website. I bought 2 kayaks. And it was through, like, you had to pay through PayPal, which is kind of weird anyways, but I was like, maybe that's just the way things are nowadays. So I fucking did it. Then I never got an email confirmation from this site. And then I saw the PayPal stuff, and the names were really fucking weird of where this money was going. Then I got tracking numbers at 2 a.m. and I ordered it July 13th. The tracking number said that the package was sent on July 3rd, and it was already at my house at 2 a.m. So I had to fucking call PayPal. I had to call my bank, stop payment, cancel my account on PayPal, like do all this shit. Just like it was like an awful fucking 2 days because all I was worried about is them getting to my bank account, fucking doing all this stuff. I mean, now I'm good. Like it all stopped and like they didn't get any money, but I was pretty fucking upset. And I just can't stand fucking people that are trying to rip you off all the fucking time. Now, also, Abby pointed out that I was probably more upset that my pride was hurt because I got scammed.
Yeah, there's certainly something. Oh, guess who's trying to call me?
Who? Is it Mike?
Mike Cropper.
Hey, put him in.
Find him for now.
What? I'd fucking answer it. See if he wants to be part of it.
That was you're on Grant Brad's Ghastly Gal.
What? The other movie that I watched recently, I showed my Jaws 3 for the first time. Do you know what a Jaws 3 is? Have you ever seen it?
I am a big Jaws 3 fan, and I was just saying Jaws 2 I don't like.
I don't remember Jaws 2 at all. I do have to watch it, but I do not.
It's just okay, but I do love Jaws 3.
Okay.
It's my second favorite one.
I remember this movie so fondly as a kid. I watched it all the time, and I love the fact that it was shot at SeaWorld in Ohio and all this stuff. I showed this movie to Maya for the first time. And some of the 3D shit, man, like even the thing of like when the shark is going to swim into like that little like control center, and it's not even moving. They're just slowly moving a shark like towards it. Like it's so bad.
Did you like it?
Oh yeah. No, I still liked it, but I don't know how my kid felt about it. I still loved it. And the fact that, there's a continuation of the story of, the two boys.
Right.
I don't know how they got Dennis Quaid to do anything.
Yeah.
And Leah Thompson's in it before or pre Back to the Future.
Was that before Back to the Future? Jaws 3?
I think so. She looks younger. But that brings us into the topic of why we're here. And this movie's going to be a little bit different, I think, talking about it's 1975's Jaws, the original Jaws movie. And as I was watching it, I realized that, between all the movies, we have Frank, we have Matt, and whatever movie we pick, we can usually pick apart and shit on pretty quickly. This is such a fucking well-made movie. I don't know what we can shit on as we go through it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so well done. There's so many good parts, and it's just... And the mind-blowing thing is that it wasn't his first movie, but it was the movie that Steven Spielberg became, like Steven Spielberg off of.
Right. I am a big fan of this movie, and I haven't always been a big fan of this movie. Like, I had seen it when I was a kid, and I watched it on TV a time or two. Mm-hmm. But, like, my love for this movie certainly has, like, grown over time. And I'd say, like, every time I watch it, like, it's a yearly watch for me, which not everything is.
Yeah, I think when summer rolls around.
I probably have watched it the last 7 to 10 years of my life, I'd say.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. So, yeah, I absolutely love this movie, but I am going to still try to make fun of it as much as I can.
Now, do you consider it a horror movie?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will say that this was Maya's first horror movie then. And I was surprised how much she likes this movie. Like, she asks to watch it every summer.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess without any further ado, let's talk about Jaws.
The best part of this movie is that it's not what it starts off to look like.
No.
It starts off looking like a teen movie. And because, the first thing is them partying on the beach. Mm-hmm. The girl and the boy awkwardly exchanging glances and then going to do the skinny dipping. And thank God they didn't make a teen movie, because it would have sucked.
Yeah.
Or it just wouldn't have been as good. I mean, who knows? Maybe we would still like it. But, we like a lot of the teen movies from, I guess, back then. But one of the reasons I do love this movie is that it has that, like, party atmosphere but it's not even party. It's like family party atmosphere of, like, this whole town. But it stays on, like, an adult side of, like, what are we going to do? And the characters are so good.
Yeah, and like, I think I've told you, like, I want to grow up when I become, like when I grow up and I'm slowing down with life, I want to live in a city exactly like Amity. Like, that's, like, everything about it is perfect for me. You're next to the ocean.
Chief Brody's house is crazy cool.
That shot where they're, like, right before they talk about, like, they run out and yell about the kid being on the boat. Like, that view over the ocean.
She's like, you want to get drunk and mess around? Yeah.
Which did Spielberg do it to us again? This is a note later, but we might as well just bring it up now. On top of E.T., did he give us a hot mom here too? Did you find her attractive?
Like, certain shots though, right?
Yeah.
She kind of goes up and down.
Yeah. But, like, I was sitting there, I was like, I think he did it to us again, where like, you would never think about this woman, but you're just like, yeah, she's kind of good looking.
Kind of a hot mom. Yeah.
Oh, that's right, a hot mom.
I didn't correct anything again. I used the speech thing, so this is going to be all kinds of fun.
Okay, so we get the music a little bit, a little tease of the music at the beginning, and the shark vision, because everybody loves shark vision, and it kind of is getting through the credits before we get to that campfire scene that you were referencing earlier. And, and real quick, we saw this in all kinds of movies. Have you? And you might, because you go out more, and plus your family used to take trips and all that. I have never been to a party on the beach.
Ooh.
Like with a campfire, like there doesn't need to be drinks involved or anything, but I've never been to a sandy beach at night and like been around a campfire. But I feel like it happens all the time in all these movies.
I think maybe you have to live there.
Is that the thing?
I guess so, yeah.
Maybe it's a California thing too, even though this seems like it's very New English or New Englandish. But yeah, so guy's kind of side-eyeing a lady. You know, he's smoking a cigarette, he's having a drink, and there's a lady that's just fucking. There's a girl sitting by herself. So he kind of runs after her, and then right away they run away, and she takes off her clothes.
Like almost like I would imagine the girl from. Yeah. And then what happens to him?
He falls asleep. I think he drank too much.
Yeah. But he starts to take his clothes off, and he's just like, no, this isn't going to happen. This isn't going to work.
It is. It is very weird. Like he's chasing her, everything's good. Like
he didn't seem that drunk.
No, and like if you're if you're about to get laid, like you go for it. And then she was out there pretty quick, and then it just cuts back to him asleep.
Yeah, just out.
Yeah, and she kind of does and I love these shots, like the incorporation of the it's not a buoy. What is it called? Or is it a buoy? The like thing that's rocking in the middle of the ocean.
Buoy.
It is a buoy.
Buoy. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, and so she kind of gets.
How'd you spell buoy?
Buoy. I didn't write it because I didn't know what it was called. I would spell buoy Bouy. I love the shots with the buoy, and so something kind of drags her. It kind of grabs her, and she doesn't know what it is at first, and then and then it pulls her down. I think is what happens. Like there's not much fight. I don't think here, right?
No, but it's pretty brutal looking.
Yeah, I mean they did its job, and then it's just when she disappears. That's what I'm saying. Like it's just so quiet. It's like it's fucking creepy because that can happen without anybody knowing. Like a girl is dead now.
Right.
And then we cut to Roy Scheider, and his kid gets cut on a swing. Is that right?
Oh yeah, his son. He was like, oh, the chief. He trusted Chief Brody getting ready in the morning, and a kid comes in. He's like, I have a cut on my hand. He's like, you were playing on that swing again, weren't you? Oh. And then it kind of nothing happens with that. Yeah.
Okay, but he gets called away. And he's mad because nothing happens in this town. So like he's confused on like what all the ruckus is about.
Well, and we learn that Chief Brody isn't from around here.
No.
In this scene, and that's important.
Yeah, he moved to the island. But as he's driving into town, we see that the 50th anniversary of Amity. I'm guessing it's Amity. It's
the regatta.
What's a regatta?
Yeah. A regatta is some sort of fancy party, is what I've learned. Like something they would do in like the OC.
California, right back where we started from.
We've been in the run, sun driving in the sun, looking up number one.
California. See, I don't know the words past that.
I used to.
So, and then the kids are trying to tell Roy that a girl disappeared, and they're searching all over the place. The kid's just he's confused because he fucking can't handle his liquor, and like he looks very distraught. They can't find her, and then we see this other policeman, the deputy, blow his whistle and just slowly, sickly, just like sit down on the beach.
Yeah, like he's in disbelief.
Yeah, and then we see this just like we don't even see her. We just see like this hand, and there's like all these crabs. Like,
it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So Brody right away
in that way.
Yeah, Brody takes it super fucking seriously. But as he's going into town, he hears tales of how kids have been karateing picket fences. So like that's the type of thing that he's like dealing with. Like that's the kind of trouble that he's used to. He's not
That's
used to people dying.
exactly what I have on here. I put the other issues in Amity are so mild.
Yeah.
Like, it would seem as he is filling out his paperwork for the shark attack, but we find out they've never closed the beaches before here too. So that's never been an issue. Sharks or in water.
Yeah, sharks or anything like that. But he is fucking hot, and he is moving very quickly to shut this shit down. Which, real quick, I'm going to go off on a little side note here. Isn't it weird? This is 1975. Isn't it weird how close this story is to what's going on right now? He's basically...
Like you mean like the parallels of like
he's
nobody
like,
really wants to listen, and there's like some people are saying this and some people are saying that, and this gets under the rug, and some people are still swimming anyways, even though they're like they're like there's a fucking shark, and Brody's like there's a fucking shark, and the mayor's like but we need to keep this shit open, and he's like there's a fucking shark, and he's like yeah, but like is there a shark? And then he's like yes. You know what we're missing now?
What?
You know what we're missing? Quint. We don't have him.
What I mean, what
we don't have a plan
for the situation now?
Yeah, that's what we need.
I mean,
we need somebody to come in that's just like, I'll do it for $10,000. I'll take care of it.
You guys.
And then later he makes some other things like $200 a day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he has all types of demands later in the movie. I get fucking confused how quick he rattles off all his demands, but yeah, we do need a Quint. Like we need Donald Trump at a press conference, and we need somebody in the back just being like, COVID. I'll take care of 10,000.
You people know me, and you know what I'm on. What I do.
All right, sorry, that was a sidetrack, but I thought it was very funny, just like the whole idea of like there's a fucking shark, and people are like, but I want to swim, and they're like, no, there's a fucking shark.
Of the mayor.
Yeah.
How cool is the mayor's outfit?
Oh, every time. Day. Yeah, he knows what he's doing. He's the mayor of Amity.
He's like a wrestler. He's like Bob Backlund.
He is. Even when afterwards, which we'll get to once again. I mean, we're jumping all over the place here, but after like they see the shark, that when the kid turns into the goddamn blood fountain, and the mayor finally sees the shark, he has like a little like unbuttoned, and he looks a little bit distressed, and he's all sweaty. Like he looks like a wrestling manager.
Yeah, he looks like Jim Cornette out there with the Midnighter getting beat. Yeah.
So karateing picket fences. Chief's fucking hot. The Boy Scouts swimming in water now as a deputy. He tells the deputy to make signs. That's what it is. So yeah, Brody gets told that there's a bunch of Boy Scouts in the water. So he gives all the sign making crap to the deputy, and it's just like fucking write some stuff. I gotta go. But as he's going, the mayor's not happy, and he's like, fucking, what are you doing, man? You can't take people off these beaches. Like, this is summer. This is how we make our money. You know,
the mayor shows up with like a little entourage.
Oh yeah,
and they like get on the little ferry with them, and they pull up, and they get out like they're part of like the mafia.
Yeah,
like, no, that's not what we're gonna do here.
Yeah, it's
very intimidating.
The fact that it was on the ferry it's like, we're away from everybody, so we're gonna have an adult conversation. Like, you're not doing it, and then they have the other guy, which is like when he's like, hey,
the medical examiner.
Yeah, he's like, you fucking told me that it was a shark attack, and he's like, yeah, but I might have been wrong, and then that's why Brody has the great line of like, I wasn't reacting from that. I was reacting from what I was fucking told, man. Like, that's why I want to shut down the beaches. And the mayor's not having any of it. He's just like, fuck you, we're keeping it open.
He's like, it could have been a boating accident. He's like, but that's not what they said. Like, I'm not reacting to the fact that I saw a shark. I'm reacting to the fact that the guy said it was a fucking shark attack, and now you're telling him that it's not. Yeah. And the other guy's just like, it could have been a boating accident. And it was just like, what it was? It was the perfect like idea of politics at work, where you're just like, you see how these things work, and you're just like, oh.
Yeah. But yeah, so Amity needs the summer money, and they aren't changing their story. It's not a shark. So they're going to fucking start telling people, come into our city, we're good. And it cuts to the beach. I don't think the people are here yet, but it cuts to the beach, and this fucking kid cannot get enough of the water. He's just like, and like his mom's like, you're all pruny, you're all pruny. He's like, come on, just let me have like 10 more fucking minutes. And so she lets him go in with the float.
And his mom is like 80.
Yeah, man. Like I was thinking about that too. Like that mom was way too old to be having a kid that young.
Yeah, like but parents were older looking back then, or maybe they were older.
Or maybe they're just older. Yeah.
I can't believe I have a 9-year-old. Like if when I was 9, if one of the dads looked like me, I would have been like, how weird.
Yeah. I thought about that too. Yeah. And I mean, but I had old parents. I mean, my mom was like 33 when she had me. So
I have kind of older parents as well.
yeah, and it's weird because
still,
now,
like, all my friends did.
yeah, and I found pictures of my dad, and my dad's like 33, and I realized like this is a picture, and I'm older than my dad was here, and that's fucking weird to see.
And he looked old.
Yeah. But yeah, so did they ever explain? Because he kind of brushes it off. Why Brody's scared of water? He kind of like mumbles a drowning or something at some point, but like they never really tell you why he's so fucking scared of water, do they?
Yeah, and it kind of just goes away. Like, and at the end, he kind of says, I never really liked the water or something like that. It's I never really. If they say it, I missed it.
Yeah, it's something to add tension. I feel like of like, oh god, he can't get in the water and he has to fight a shark, but like. Yeah, they never really give you the payoff on it, unless that's in 2 maybe. But so yeah, the chief cannot stay calm. He's just sitting at the beach, fucking staring at the water, and eventually
he is a nervous wreck.
Yeah, and you hear a girl scream, and so he comes off a seat, but you realize that it's just 2 teenagers can't keep their hands off each other,
Right.
Hold on. I did laugh about this line. Sorry, I was trying to figure out what it said. It's like an older gentleman comes up to start talking to Brody, and he just starts yapping. And Brody just tells him that he has a bad hat. And the guy gets mad and just walks away. But yeah, right before that, or like right after the bad hat happens, he says, "Bad hat, Larry." You see the kid's legs, like it's another shark vision shot of this kid on this raft. And then this fucking kid gets annihilated, and he turns into the blood fountain I referenced earlier. Like, you hear a scream, and the camera fucking cuts, and there's blood shooting out of the water.
Do you remember Terry Tate, office linebacker, the ESPN commercials?
Yeah.
Because this kid gets the jaws Terry Tated. Like, I mean, he gets enough. It is like backwards of Carrie.
Yeah.
Like, you know how Carrie, the blood comes down?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the blood goes
This is
up
like the blood comes up.
and everywhere. And, like, yeah, there's no hope. It's not like...
it's like something... Yeah, it's awesome.
So, yeah, he turns into the blood fountain, and then it is a really sad shot because, Brody starts yelling at everybody, like, get the fuck out of the water.
Weird.
And everybody...
But everybody comes into the water.
Yeah, and I at one point I think a
just
guy
to get their kids, but
they get their kids out. Guys are pushing little kids out of the way, and everybody's out of the water. Then there's this heartbreaking shot of this mom, that screaming for her kid and realizing that her kid ain't coming back.
Yeah.
And yeah, I thought that was a very, very fucking sad shot.
It was her kid that got eaten.
Yeah.
She was just waiting for him to come out.
Yeah. So then it cuts to I think it's her. The mother is offering a $3,000 reward for anybody that kills the fucking shark. And at the same time, people are very upset about the beaches being closed. Like they call a little meeting, I guess. Like the mayor and Brody and all them, they call a little town meeting. And this is
and it's the town brass at one side, and it seems like business leaders maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I would assume that they would all be involved because if you're going to shut down your main income, you want everybody to have a voice, I would think. And then we get nails down a chalkboard, and your boy shows up. Quint says he'll catch the shark, but it'll cost you.
Quint you know what? He just gives that vibe of badass right away.
Yeah, I mean, he's very confident. He knows he can catch this shark, but he wants to be fucking paid for what he can do.
Right.
So that happens. He kind of walks away, and then the next note I don't know if something happens in between it. Brody's trying to become a shark this is the shot we were talking about of him in his house, and he's reading a shark book. And I just put, is he trying to become a shark expert like overnight?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it, and it shows a whole bunch of different sharks, but it certainly keeps going back to the great white.
Yeah.
It's seemingly.
And like living up there, you have to not even think about that that's a possibility, because when you grow up, you're taught that great whites are always in warm areas.
Right.
So, but yeah, so then Mikey's just sitting in a boat all willy-nilly, and the mom, hot mom, is very much like, oh, it's just a boat. Like, it's a present. It's no big deal. And then fucking Brody loses his shit and runs out and goes and gets him.
Yeah, I put Jeep is still paranoid, doesn't want kids playing around the water. Jeep
Who's
is
Jeep?
still paranoid. I guess it's Chief. But it says Jeep is still paranoid, doesn't want kids playing around the water.
Mm-hmm. And then the mom opens a book and sees a shark like attacking a boat, and then yells the fuck easily, Mikey, get the fuck out of the boat.
But like I said, the mom, she's like, you want to get drunk and mess around.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what a great woman she is. She seems so cool the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, she's like the ideal wife. She's just always cool.
Yeah.
The entire movie.
She's got the bandana was working for me and everything.
Mm-hmm. Everything about her is good.
Yeah. And then there's like two guys that are like night sharking, like with a fucking like roast or something. I don't know what the fuck exactly.
These two guys.
Yeah, this is the one scene that I'm kind of like, what the fuck is actually going on here? And I don't know.
This is a harebrained scheme these two have here.
And I don't know if it was just to get another like kill in or something, because they didn't. Like, that's the problem. So like two guys fucking put like a fucking roast on a hook, on a gigantic hook.
And it's his wife's roast. He's like, she's going to be pissed. It's her birthday.
Yeah.
But they wanted that $3,000, so they got off early.
They were greedy.
They were.
Yeah. And so they throw this roast as bait into the fucking water. And the fucking shark.
They tie it to the dock.
Yeah, they tie it to the dock like a bunch of doofuses. And fucking the shark rips the entire fucking dock off with the dude on it. The dude
with Charlie on it.
Yeah. Oh, you actually got the guy's name?
Probably because he says, "Come on, Charlie. Come on, Charlie."
Oh yeah. So they rip off the whole fucking thing. And they add some tension because the dock's going one way away from him, and then slowly the dock turns around and starts fucking coming after him. And so he knows that fucking shark is coming after him, and he barely makes it back to that dock. And what does he say?
He's like, "Come on, Charlie, come on!" And he's like, "Come on, just one more, just come on, get up here, Charlie, come on!" And Charlie barely makes it out of the water. I mean, it isn't close. Jaws is obviously going for, or some people say, "Oh, it's not Jaws, it's Bruce," or let's just call him the shark. Mm-hmm. The shark is obviously coming for him. He just gets out of the way. But this scene isn't important. It just shows that like, that $3,000 is bringing people out of the woodwork. That's all it's meant to show, is that the $3,000 has an excitement in the air of people. First of all, they want obviously the town to be safe and kids to be safe. Yeah. But they are all about that money.
And so then, yeah, as you say that, we cut to the next scene the next day. Everybody in this fucking town is going after this fucking shark. And I have the note, and I don't remember what was said. Something is said to Chief Brody, and he responds with, "That's not funny. That's not funny at all." And I don't remember what it was.
I don't know what it was.
Somebody made a joke about something, and he responded, and it made me laugh. So yeah, everybody's going fucking fishing. There's boats everywhere. People are getting ready. They don't know what they're doing. Enter Richard Dreyfuss's Hooper, and he's from the ocean. You what?
I put Enter Hooper too.
Oh, you did? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, how'd you spell Hooper?
I thought you were gonna ask me how I spelled Enter. Hooper.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
I mean, that's an easy one, right?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't. Huper.
You could.
Yeah, and so like they keep brushing him aside because they think he's just one of the guys that are trying to go after the money, and he has to like say, I'm from an oceanographer institute or whatever the hell he says. And this whole fucking town's a disaster all of a sudden. And he tells those fucking guys to get out of the fucking boat. You're gonna tip over. And they're just like, hey, fuck you. And so he just walks away, which I love the intensity. He's like a smart George Costanza this entire fucking time. Like everything he does with a purpose. Yeah,
and Hooper is very like he's super intelligent, but he's also what's the word I'm looking for? Like he's very confident.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a problem like saying something to those 5 fishermen, like, hey, Chief doesn't want you to go out there like that.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't have said anything. Like if Chief Police was like, go tell those people something, I'd just be like, probably just put my head down.
Yeah, exactly. He's very confident.
Yeah.
But I put that like 200 fishermen are probably going out on like 40 boats.
Yeah, and they're just out.
Try to catch the shark.
Yeah, they're out just throwing fucking blood in the water. Like they don't like. No one knows what they're doing. Because if even if this shark was in one area, how the fuck are they going to get it? But
you know what it reminded me of was why can't I think of the name of the movie?
Like a town going out after everybody?
Yeah. I love this movie too, and I'm just.
Are you talking about like
Silver Bullet? It reminded me of Silver Bullet. Like when they're like private justice and the whole town goes out after the wolf after the kid dies.
Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of. Because it goes bad.
I went the other way. Is that Halloween? Is there a scene of Halloween where like the whole town like leaves a bar and goes after Michael? Or am I thinking another movie too?
In the original Halloween?
No, like 4 or 5.
Oh, maybe. Shit, I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember that as a.
But yeah, so. You know, I think they're still trying to downplay the whole thing, and fucking Hooper is just like, he's pissed. He's like, it's a fucking shark, man. Like, it has to be. There's no way around it. And then all of a sudden, it seems like somebody caught a shark. I'll say a shark, not the shark. Never your shark.
Hooper goes to look at the first victim.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, okay.
He goes and he examines the bite, and he's like, "There's just no doubt this is the shark." And he looks impressed. He's having trouble. He's like, you can see like the how uncomfortable he is looking at it because it's so brutal.
Yeah. And I'm guessing at that point you actually see how large the bite is. So like it's a larger shark than should be up in New England area. And then do we get to the hanging of a shark?
Yes, I put they're super excited about a shark that they caught. Brody is excited, but Hooper is immediately.
Yeah, he is
skeptical.
Not. Yeah, I think he knows already. But yeah, Brody's fucking smiling his ass off, ready to take photos and shit. The photographer's there. Nobody's getting out of his way. And I don't remember this actually. I was pretty tired watching this movie last night. But I have Quint is laughing in the background. Was Quint there?
If he was, I didn't write it down.
Okay.
Oh yes. He walks up. Yes. Yep, he was there. Him and another guy.
Okay. The old man, like it seemed like his little like buddy or something.
Yeah, and they don't look real impressed either.
Yeah. And then I have another note that I gave no context to, just like the joke. Somebody says like it's, I forget. Oh, it's a tiger shark or whatever, and he goes, what? And I used 6 A's on that one.
Oh yeah, the town people are like so. It's like it's such a beautiful town that everybody there would have to have a lot of money and be really smart.
Yeah,
but nobody there is smart. Like it's kind of interesting. I have the Chief Brody gets bitch slapped by the kid, the mom of the kid who died.
Yeah,
right there, like right where he apparently helped to kind of get the shark. You know, or was at least part of like the excitement and part of the whatever. I know he didn't get the shark himself, but he is the police and he delivered a shark that, within that quickly. She still slaps him.
But I think the problem was that she found out he knew. He knew and let the beaches stay open, which sucks for him because once again, it wasn't him. It was the mayor.
No, it was the mayor. And the mayor was there for the bitch slap too.
Yeah, well, during this whole time though, Hooper's like, nah, man, like this is not the fucking shark. No. I can fucking guarantee you. And he's trying to tell the mayor, and he's like, this is all good. And, like, this shark shouldn't be up here anyways, so it's cool that you all fucking caught it, but there's still a fucking shark out there. And the mayor's just like, you can go fuck yourself, buddy. Like, we have a shark, so we're opening these beaches. Right.
Flash 2, Hooper having dinner at Chief Brody's house.
Yeah, which is the really weird mimicking scene before that, where the little boy is doing everything Brody does, which it's a cute moment, but I don't get why it's in the movie.
Yeah, and this movie is longer than that 88 minutes I like, so stuff like that could be cut out, but we'll get to what could be cut out here in a minute.
So then, we get to Hooper having dinner, and he just walks in. Anybody eating that? That's the kind of Costanza moments where he's just like, I'm going to fucking eat your food, and then they start drinking, and I feel like that he planned this because he knew that Brody was not going to get on that boat and go out with him. unless he got him drunk.
Yeah.
And so Brody fucking pours himself like an actual glass of wine.
Yeah.
And I think they go to cut open the shark first, though, right? Before they get on the boat.
And it's that is Chief Brody's idea. And because Hooper says he's leaving tomorrow on an 18-month shark study.
Yeah, he's leaving.
And so Brody's like, "Why don't we have one more drink and then let's go cut open that shark?" Because Hooper told them earlier that if the boy is in there, the digestive system of the shark would not have digested the boy yet.
Yeah, he would have.
So he would still be there.
Which is fucked up to think about, because if they were wrong and you cut open and there's a half-digested human being, like that'd be fucked up to see.
Yeah.
So he gets them a little bit drunk and they go and cut open the shark, and fucking Hooper, like Dreyfuss, everything he does with his face is so fucking intense. Like, they have the camera behind the shark, so you can't see what he's digging at in there. You're just seeing like this white liquid and shit. And Hooper is fucking in there, man. And he's like throwing shit back. He's throwing a license plate, throwing everything, throwing fish.
Yeah.
And like I said, like he fucking got a role, and he was like, I'm gonna make sure that nobody else could ever be Hooper in their entire life.
Right.
Which I love. It sounds like I'm picking on him maybe, but I fucking love everything he does in this movie.
Oh no, I love it.
Yeah.
I love all three of the characters that end up being the main characters.
Yeah.
Coming up here.
So there's the there's the realization that this is not the right shark, because they didn't pull out fucking anything out of this shark's stomach. He did not eat a child within the past however many hours. So they get on a boat, and you find out that Hooper is a rich kid. And see, that might be the problem, is that he never wanted to be known as the rich kid. Like, he wants people to know that he's smart, that he went to college, that he knows what he's talking about. And I think that's what he's fighting a lot of this movie, is that, like, just because I'm rich doesn't make me, like, stupid or anything like that.
Right, it doesn't make me, yeah. I have here, Hooper and Brody go cut the shark open to see if the kid's inside. He's not. So they decide to go look for it at night because it's a night theater.
What?
It's a night theater.
What does that mean? That's what I have. Like, that's just.
I think it's a night eater.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
What I would imagine.
Yeah, he does say that it feeds at night. And
so
what?
They find a boat, and the boat's pretty mangled.
Yeah, it's Ben Gardner's boat.
There you go.
Why I wrote that name down out of anybody's, I don't know, but. But he's a fisherman. And then, so like a fucking lunatic, I have Dreyfuss, sorry, not Hooper, is going in to the water at night, and Brody kind of freaks the fuck out, and he's like, dude, don't, like, nothing's gonna happen to me. The boat's right there. All I gotta do is go over to it.
God, just fucking wait.
Damn.
I mean, nobody's here. We could just pull this boat in if you want. We can go through it in a minute.
Yeah,
just relax.
And fucking, dude, I got you drunk for free. So fucking let me do what I want to do. All right.
Yeah, Hooper, chill the fuck out. You have to be at a Shark Institute for 18 months after this night.
You want to rewrite? Do you want to rewrite Jaws with me and see if anybody will go for it?
No, because it would be like it would be so bad. Oh.
So then, yeah, he gets underneath it. He sees like a hole in the boat, which is weird because how come this boat has not sank yet? But I also do not know the science behind boats, so I have no room to talk about anything. The boat has a hole in it.
Right, though. That doesn't make a ton of sense.
No.
I mean, you would think that size of a hole.
Yeah. But he does find something. And it's fucking mind-blowing once you realize what he finds. What is that?
It's the head of, I guess, Ben Gardner.
That's not what I was going to say. I was going to say a fucking tooth. But yeah, let's jump right to the head of Ben Gardner.
Oh, what does he find first?
He finds the tooth, a great white shark tooth.
Oh, the tooth.
Yeah.
The tooth. You know what? I guess I didn't. I just went for the lead there. I went for it.
Well, also, we know at this point that it's a great white shark because we've seen the movie a million times. So I don't think that reveal is such a big deal anymore.
No.
So yeah, fucking Ben Gardner's head jumps the fuck out.
Wait a minute. Are you saying it would be a big deal if we did, like, if you saw that tooth, would you be like, oh, that's obviously a great white?
Well, no. Well, I guess maybe that why, because he does say it later. I think when he gets up, or like he goes to tell the mayor or something. He's like, it's like the mayor's like, we already caught the shark. It's fine. And he's like, no, not the little shark. He's like, it's a fucking guy. It's like, it's a great white shark. Like, you know how large those assholes are? And the mayor's like, well, we already found it. Dude. So yeah, I think that maybe now that we know it's a great white, when we see the tooth, that's the big reveal of like, oh shit, this is bigger. You know, this is bigger than what we thought it was going to be. So I guess I apologize now to you for being a dick about that. But yeah, the first like jump scare of the movie, and it's weird because this movie, once again, is it a horror movie? Is it not? Is it going for scares? Like all of a sudden, fucking head pops out of the boat and gets you.
Yeah, and that's where Hooper drops the tooth, right?
Yeah, he drops the tooth. Okay. So he has no proof other than what he saw. Which I mean, as this movie goes along, Hooper should not be trusted with things in water. By the way,
Mayor, there's a hole in the fucking boat.
Yeah.
Like, it's obviously a big shark. You didn't get the right shark. There's a hole in the boat, and Ben Gardner's head came out right on time.
He's like, look here, ocean boy. I don't give a fuck about Ben Gardner. I give a fuck about the beaches, and they need to be open, all right?
Yeah.
Look at our sign. Look at the sign. It's been vandalized by a bunch of vandals. Amity will stay open this 4th of July.
But how did the shark was even able to rig it up so that Ben Gardner's head came out right at the right time? It's amazing.
That's the skill that any horror movie has. I mean, Jason was not a right sound mind. He was able to rig people up. Michael was able to rig people up, and now fucking sharks can rig people up. Even though this movie came before all of those movies, even fucking Texas Chainsaw here. This is like one of the first ones out of the gate. He was still able to do it.
I do have here, like you said earlier, they're sure now that they're dealing with a great white. The mayor is like the COVID people. He isn't buying it.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was saying. It was just like, no, there's no fucking shark. And it's like, but we've seen dead bodies. And do you need me to tell you about Ben Gardner again?
Yeah, his head came out right on cue. I'm telling you. I dropped the front tooth.
So then shark vision, like, Brody. So wait, no, okay. I think all the people have shown up now.
So there's literally like bats flying over my head right now.
That must be a cool feeling. We have bats in our backyard sometimes.
See, I don't like it.
Oh, you don't like it?
No, because the other day me and Lizzie were out catching fireflies out by the woods.
Yeah.
Out by like the tree line, and like it got way too close to us. Like, but it keeps flying over me right now. Like it's like right here. Can you see it? Like.
No.
Can you hold on? I'll flash it if it comes back because it's like right here. But this just makes me nervous for some reason. I just watched a lot of Billy the Exterminator, and they talk about how many diseases they carry.
Oh yeah, they're a dirty animal, but they're cool to watch fly. I think.
Yeah. Go ahead, though.
No. So I think everybody's showing up now. I think the boats are bringing people in. Fucking Amity is open for business at this point.
Oh yeah, people are showing up in like these huge barge ferries, like, and it's like they're unloading like thousands and thousands of people all at the same time.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like people have been sitting outside Amity Island for fucking ever, and like I don't know, but it gets the point across. There's a shitload of people there, but Brody's like, y'all can come in here and you can fucking spend your money, but you ain't going in that fucking water. Like, he has fucking people everywhere. He has people watching out. They put out nets. And he even goes to his own kid. And he's like, hey, what are you fucking doing, man? Like, you know how stressed I've been. And you're going to try to go out there in that fucking boat? It's like, Dad, I'm with my friends, you fuck.
He's like, I just moved here and you're making me look like an asshole.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, do your pops a solid, man. Like, fuck, you know sharks have been eating kids. Did I tell you about Ben Gardner's head? He got
Hey Hooper, come over here real quick. Tell him about.
And the kid's like, fine, I'll go in the pond.
Yeah, I'll go in the fucking kid
the
pond.
Pond is weird. Like, I've always, as many times as I've watched Jaws, which, like I've said, once a year, at least once a year, because I think I watched it twice last year. Because I watched it, and then I watched it with Cameron.
Yeah.
And I'm still not sure what the pond is.
I don't know. It's like on the other side of the bridge, but it's still connected to the ocean as far as I know.
Obviously, because if the shark got in there, then where we haven't gotten to yet. But I think it's like one of those like I think it's like a tide pool kind of.
Yeah.
But it's not explained well. Like it must be one huge tide pool.
No,
like,
it's like one of the moments in Jurassic Park where somehow that T-Rex got over that fence, but once fucking Dr. Grant jumps over that fucking wall, there's a fucking immediate drop and they like land in a tree. Like it's just stuff that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, exactly.
But so the mayor kind of goes over and he's like, hey, go in the water. Just go.
Yeah.
If
But
you,
he goes to like the oldest dude there.
Yeah, and the guy doesn't want to go at all. He is not happy that the mayor fucking picked him, but he's just like, fine, and he grabs his wife, and then they grab their kids and they go in the water, and then everybody.
I hope that's their grandkids.
I mean, who knows? Who the older?
Yeah, the mayor. He's like, hey, Barry.
It is Barry.
I noticed you. Nobody's swimming. Go. It's like a sixth grade dance where it's like, hey, you gotta go dance so that I can dance with Cynthia. You know, like there's the bat again. Yeah, I'm telling you.
So everybody starts following them, and they go into the water. And then fucking there's shark vision. Oh no, sorry, I jumped notes there. I fucking wrote shark vision a lot. So hold on. So a woman. Oh no, there is shark vision. Okay, shark vision is happening again. They see a fin, and a woman spots it and screams. And people start fucking acting crazy and start running towards the water. At one point, I saw a guy steal a fucking kid's float like himself into it.
Yeah, try to float. Yep.
And so everybody gets the fuck out of the water. All the people are freaking out.
People are trampling each other.
Yeah.
Like there was no like men were knocking kids over. Women were knocking kids over. Mm-hmm. A woman was getting trampled like basically on the beach out of the water. She was just getting like trampled. It was pretty great.
And then it comes, you come to find out some fucking tricksters with a goddamn cardboard fin.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, it's pretty fucked up with what they did.
Oh yeah, because they have like a police brigade, I guess, like out there, like watching, like kind of creating a perimeter, I guess. So making sure that there aren't any sharks. So that's how the supposed shark got in. And that's what they have, like guns drawn on the kids when they finally come up.
Oh yeah, and the kid fucking turns heel on his fucking friend so fast. He's just like that. He asked me to do it. It wasn't even my fucking idea.
Yep.
He was quick to sell him out. But so yeah, why
I would have done the same thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, when we were back in Mike's neighbor's yard or whatever, you saw how fucking fast I ran away from you guys. But yeah, so while all this is happening, a girl actually sees another shark and fucking yells "shark." And somehow the shark has made it to the pond. And at the same time, there's like this older dude that's like, he's hanging out with Brody's kids and he's like, or Brody's kid and his friends. And he's like, hey, what's up, kids? You need any help? Like, he's just over there.
You like the pond too, huh? I've been waiting for kids here for days.
That shark.
Let's see what I have here. Okay. I have Chief stops his oldest son from putting the boat in the water 1,000 and put it in the pond instead. There was a fan in the water. Everybody ran out. People got injured. They were trailing each other and ended up just being a hoax. 2 kids with like a cardboard fin. But then right away, there's a shark in the pond, which is where the oldest son is in that little boat.
We should do a whole episode where you just take notes like with your voice, and then we just record your iPad reading it out loud, and then that's the entire podcast.
And then catching us up, we should. Finally, you get to see the shark, and it's enormous. Took his leg clean off. Some dude talk the kids.
I mean, we're close. This is the first time you actually see the shark, and he murders the hell out of this guy.
Yes.
Yeah, the shark is just gigantic. So at one point or another, the shark somehow gets Michael, but I don't see him get Michael, but he gets drug out of the water. And, well, no, he doesn't get Michael. That's the problem, because there's no injuries. I think Michael's just in shock at this point.
Yes, he's in shock. Yep.
And there's a fucking just terrible shot. Well, like, it makes you feel bad, of the little kid, his little brother, just crying.
Mm-hmm. Very cute little kid.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't lean on him a little more in the movie.
And then so we cut to the hospital, kid's still in shock. He's going to get treatment. And then the mom's like, oh, I'll bring you fucking whatever you want. You want some ice cream? And this bitch responds with coffee. Now, I don't know if he wants coffee because I like coffee, but if you're a little kid and you could get any flavored ice cream you want, you're going to ask for coffee?
Yeah, I didn't like that either. But here's what I didn't like even more. So I don't know if you noticed this, but as the kid is being wheeled into a room, he's being wheeled from basically one room to another. And there's a female, maybe nurse, and a doctor. It looks like the doctor looks like he has a stethoscope. I swear it's the kid from the beginning.
Oh,
the kid that got passed out. It's the skinny dipping kid that didn't end up skinny dipping. I swear he's the doctor.
Okay, no, I didn't notice it.
I swear it's him. So you might have to go back. I don't know if it is or not, but it didn't make any sense. The kid didn't look like a doctor, didn't look old enough to be a doctor, but he has the stethoscope, which usually, hey, there's a lightning bug right here next to me. I could catch it. But yeah, it just didn't make any sense. But this is where the mayor and the chief do have like a little heart to heart in a room. Oh yeah, in a way. Yeah, there's some anger. There's some, but the chief, the mayor finally, shows kind of his heart a little bit, and his kid was in the water too, and he's like, okay, and the chief is like, you need to hire Quint because he's a badass.
Oh, yeah. He's like, you're gonna fucking do it. Like, if I have to fucking make you sign this myself, I will fucking do it. I will cut your hand off and sign this. Like, my kid's in that fucking hospital right now. Did you hear how long he did the nails on a chalkboard? Like, he is an insane, cool motherfucker. Yeah, you try. He's gonna get this shark so quick. Yeah, I couldn't handle doing nails on a chalkboard for like more than like 0.10 seconds. He did it for like 10 seconds straight. He's a badass. Well, to back that up, we get so the mayor signs it and says, "Fine, fuck it, we'll give him whatever he wants." We cut to Quint. Quint is just sitting there making his own alcohol and boiling shark bones. Yeah, that's what he does. Like that's Quint. Like, take it or leave it. Yeah, and he's like, "You don't know me. I'm just here to have a drink of this." And he's just so cool. He shits on Hooper pretty quick. He's just like, you can't fucking handle yourself. Like, your skin's soft. You don't have any calluses. You never worked in your life, you fucking college boy. Yeah, you're basically a little bitch. Yeah. I don't like you. Yeah, which I'm loving the fucking Quint Hooper relationship in this movie. Like, they're great together. Me too, and you like them both. Yeah. So it's like it's one of those times where it's like you don't even have a side. You're just kind of watching this unfold. Yeah. You're basically Chief Brody, where you kind of like them both, and you're kind of like, whatever. Yeah, we have one common goal, so let's just get it done. Yeah. And I love, this is almost two different movies, right? Yeah, this is where it turns into a different movie. Yeah, it's the everything that happens up until this point, and then when these three get together, it becomes a completely different movie. And this is where it could possibly get a little long at parts. Yeah. They don't have to do it this much of it, but it is great at the same time. But like you said, last night I was a little tired too. Mm-hmm. And you said you were tired. It goes on for a while. Yeah. But so this is when he like he runs so many demands. He's like, he's already got the 10,000, and then he's like, I want fucking $200 a day and lunch, and they're like, I don't know, we'll pay you when you get back and fucking a dinner. Like, and he just keeps throwing more and more shit out of like what he wants. Some alcohol, yeah, like he did, yeah. So then they all get it all worked out, and they get on the boat, and Quint all of a sudden ain't doing shit. Like, you have Brody throwing out meat and sniffing Old Spice. And you have fucking Hooper driving the boat, and Quint's just hanging out drinking a beer. Yeah, yeah, and so I have the three of them are going out. Hooper has all kinds of cool shit that he's bringing, but Quint is making fun of him for it. Oh yeah, he has the shark cage and all the other stuff, and the diving tanks and all that. I don't understand this. They get a bike. Quint's rig is pretty cool. How he sets everything up. Oh. Are you talking about like what he's sitting in? Yeah, they get a bite. Not a bike. Okay. Yeah, it's not a bike. It's not a bicycle. It's a bite that they get. Yeah. Yeah, his little chair and everything. Yeah, and how cool is all that shit? I'm always impressed by that every time I watch it. That shot's super cool where he gets the bite and like he slowly he moves the pole over, hooks the pole, and then like hooks the pole to himself and then hooks himself into the seat. Like, he's ready to fucking go. Yeah. He's ready for battle. And so then Hooper's like, that ain't no fucking shark. And he's like, no, it's a fucking shark. And I don't think we ever actually find out because the line breaks, right?
Yes.
They never find out if it is the actual shark they're
I
looking
think
for or
that
not.
I think that you kind of know it is, but
Yeah. Um,
we don't get visualization yet. No.
no, and then there's the shot that everybody's seen. So like they all calm down because Quint and Hooper are going at it. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. And then they slowly calm down, and Brody's back to throwing fucking meat and blood in the water, and he's not paying attention.
Chum. He's throwing the chum in.
The chum, and he's throwing, and he's not paying attention. And then the big reveal happens. The shark pops the fuck out of the water, and you say and like you see everything of the shark and how large and to scale it actually is. And then the line is said, Brad. What is the line?
Well, it's, and I want to make sure I get this right. It's, you're going to need a bigger boat.
Well, he says it twice.
The first time he says you're going to need a bigger boat.
He does. Okay. I think I've always thought it said we're going to need a bigger boat.
Yeah, it's. I think that's because of Clerks.
Oh yeah.
But yes, it is. You're going to need a bigger boat. Let's see what I have here. I have Chief Brody sees the shark when he's putting the tram in the water. It comes to quit. It says you're going to need a bigger boat. Quinn comes out. She's the shark. Comes for a
So hold on. You got me all fucked up now. It's coming right for them. So
they talk about how big it is, and they said 20 feet, and then I think somebody says 20, and then somebody corrects them and says 25. It's Hooper versus Quint again, and I don't remember who says what.
And then we're getting the shot of just the shark fucking full speed with the music going on, coming right at the boat. Mm-hmm. Brody will not go out to the edge. Hooper needs to hurry the fuck up, is what I wrote. Oh, I think this is when he's trying to tie the barrel to the dart. And Quint cannot shoot that arrow until it's all tied on, and then fucking he just shoots it. And right at the last second, I love the shot because fucking Dreyfuss just like ties it, and right as he goes to put his hands up and say done, the barrel fucking pops out. Right.
It's that whole first part where they see everything feels so frantic.
Mm-hmm.
And they lose some of that because all of these scenes go on for so long.
Well, there is a weird there's a weird fade here because like Brody's talking about something and then it just like fades away from him and it goes to night. Did you notice that?
No.
Oh, I that was just speaking of things going too long. Like they cut him off like halfway through him saying something. I don't know. But they fade to nighttime now. And this is the scene where allegedly in real life everybody was drunk.
Yes.
And it was all kind of made up as far as I know.
Yeah, this is where they kind of all bond. They trade stories and they drink.
Yeah, they drink and then he talks about how...
You know what? I closed my eyes a little bit during this part and I noticed I was doing it and I think I was kind of in and out for about 6 minutes of the movie.
All right.
So that's probably why I didn't notice that fade. Because, I don't remember much of the stories, but I've watched the movie enough that I knew it.
Yeah.
And I woke up, kind of like jarred myself, and I was like, oh. And I had to sit up at this point because it was getting late. Like we said, it was tired.
Yeah. So they're all trading stories. They're all having a good time. You actually see that they're starting to like each other. And then he drops the bomb that he would, see what I did there? I didn't even mean to do that. That he was on the USS Indianapolis ship that was around for Hiroshima. And it's great because they stick on this one shot. Well, it's a two shot, but they stick on Quint as the main guy. But in the background, a little bit out of focus, is Richard Dreyfuss just like he'd seen a ghost. Like he does not fucking move. Like he plays a perfect drunk, just like he's moving back and forth with just a mouth open the entire time. Yeah. So it's I just hit the mic. So yeah, it's a pretty great shot. But this is the type of stuff that I think is just like it kind of takes a long time to get through. It shows their friendship, I guess, but it's just taken a long time.
It took a really long time, and this is probably the scene that I think could be cut maybe the most, and then probably probably a few of the next ones as well, but I think this could have been cut. But at the same time, you did need to show that they were starting to care about each other, I guess.
Yeah, because it
and
makes
that they were
everything about to
developing a
happen
little bit of a friendship.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
exactly.
so they start singing the song again that they've been singing the whole time, and you're happy for him, and then cut to outside, and the fucking barrel shows up, the barrel that they attached to the shark earlier in the movie, and it fucking goes right out.
And the way that those barrels pop up every time is awesome.
Yeah, and
the way that they thunk out of the water.
And at this point, you can tell the shark has an agenda. Like, the shark wants them now. He hasn't moved on.
Right.
It's attacking the boat, and then shit gets real. And then, did you notice the 2 random shooting stars?
What is it? 2 what?
Shooting stars.
Yes.
Okay.
I have that in here.
Okay, I don't know what that was for.
I didn't understand that either. Honestly, the first one, I thought I imagined it.
Yeah, and then really
and
quickly
then the second
again.
one, I was like, yeah, it's almost like when you see something like that here in the real world, and you're like, did I really see what I think I just saw? Like, because nobody else sees it. You know what I mean? You're only the only one person sees it in a group. So yeah, but it was weird.
I don't really have anything else for night, and I just have that they made it back to morning.
Let me see what I have here, if anything. Like I said, I was a little in and out at this point.
But they are fixing the boat in the morning because there was some damage done.
I put shark attacks the boat, then they're fixing it, and the shark comes back again, and they're able to add another barrel to the shark. Yeah,
they have 2 on there now. And wait, the fucking barrel is back, and while they're fixing the boat, shark's back as they pull the rope. So I remember the whole scene where they're trying to pull the rope, and it pulls the rope out of their hands.
Yeah.
And then Brody, they get another barrel in him. Brody gets a couple shots in with the gun, but that's not before he tries to fucking radio back for help, and Quint goes fucking nuts and breaks this radio. I don't know why he does that.
Yeah, I put that they try to attach the ropes from the barrels to like the edge of the boat.
That's what the whole thing was.
Hooks.
Yeah, so they can drag him back in.
Yeah, and the shark is way too strong. He starts to like tear it apart.
Yeah.
So and then I think they get a barrel on there.
Yeah.
At that point, and then the shark kind of starts to chase after them.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The shark knows that he has him. Like he's stronger and he's bigger.
So he leads the shark into the shallows, is what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, I think the shark's going under. And Quint's like, no way it can go under with 3 barrels. But it does.
It does. And then also Hooper's yelling the entire time that Quint's got to fucking slow down because he's putting too much pressure on the boat. And then, of course, Quint doesn't listen, and then he fucks up the boat, and the boat won't go anywhere at this point.
Right.
And, yeah, I even have the note, why aren't they just listening to fucking Hooper at this point?
I put Quinta's finally interested in Hooper's toys he brought. Mm-hmm. Hooper thinks he could inject shark with sodium nitrate, but he had to be in the cage because he had to get them in the mouth because the shark skin is too thick to penetrate. That's actually not too bad a one. But I did have Quintus as Quintus, yeah.
But right when, they put fucking Hooper in this shark cage and put him under the water. They have a great plan coming up here. But like fucking... The shark barely touches that cage, and he fucking drops that fucking harpoon. He freaks the fuck out.
Butterfingers,
man. Yeah, man. That is his one fault. He was great other than this. And then the shark goes fucking hard on this cage, man. Like, I don't know how he didn't get eaten at this point because this cage was absolutely no problem for him.
That shark, that cage looked like it was made out of like an aluminum pop can.
Yeah.
Like, it just got destroyed.
Yeah, and fortunately enough, he gets out and he gets away and he hides. And he's kind of gone for a while because, I mean, I would do the same thing. My ass would be down at the bottom just waiting for this shark to go away.
Yeah.
But he does stab the shit out of the shark when inside the cage. So he had a good plan until he had to get the fuck out of there. Up above water.
The shark is basically with him.
Yeah.
Like, it's terrifying.
Yeah. Above water, the boat is not able to handle the weight, and it gives way and loses the cage, and then they rehook it to something else and pull it up, and Hooper ain't in it.
Right. Yeah, I put the shark kind of jumps on board, and the orca is capsized.
Oh yeah, he belly flops on that fucking ship. Like he comes the fuck out. And you know what? I honestly, I know I hear people complain. I don't think it looks that bad.
This is definitely the part where it looks the worst.
Yeah, but it
there's
doesn't
no
look
doubt
that
about
bad.
that.
Once again, you go back to Jurassic Park now, and
considering 1975,
yeah,
this looks great.
Yeah, I would be in the theater as a little kid, fucking loving this. I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, he jumps on the boat. Boat fucking starts to flip over, and Quint slides down towards the shark. Quint goes away. He gets eaten by the shark.
You know, sometimes you see things in life you don't want to see.
The badass gets fucking eaten.
I think that's from Dirty Dancing.
Your part or my part?
The thing I just said.
So Quint,
yeah,
Quint gets eaten the fuck out of. There's blood everywhere.
And it's pretty awesome. Like the visual of it's great.
Yeah. Because I think that there's obviously we're watching a movie about a shark attack, but it happens so rarely that when it does happen, I think the gore or the blood kind of affects you more.
Yeah, and the fact that you do like Quint, he might be my favorite character.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I like all three of them so much. Like it's just a great cast. Like those three are just all like I like everybody. I like the mayor. I like the wife. It's just a good cast. But
yeah.
You are sad to see him go, but you have to lose somebody that matters.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you had to lose one of them, and I think that they picked the right guy. Like, Quint was the guy to go.
Yeah.
So it's just Brody now. You have the one fucking guy that's too scared to get in the water with, like, I think just, like, a gun. I don't think he has much else.
Yeah, well, he obviously has one other thing.
What?
He has an oxygen tank.
Oh, I thought the tank was already in the mouth.
No, doesn't he?
Does he put it in there?
Yeah, I think he throws it in the shark's mouth.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so the tank gets into the shark's mouth, whether you believe me or whether you believe Brad. And the shark's fucking swimming around. I don't know how he does this.
I could certainly be wrong. Who the hell knows?
No, I'm just fucking around. And he takes a bunch of shots. And for a cop, he's not hitting too well. But also, I feel like that you're still probably a little bit hungover or drunk. You just watched someone die. The fucking boat's floating all over the place. And you're scared of the water. So
right.
your aim's not going to be the best.
There's not much boat left at this point.
Yeah, he's on the, like, what, is that the captain something? Or lookout or something like that?
Yeah, captain's deck.
Okay. Yeah, he's basically, this is his last shot. If not, he's fucked no matter what.
Yeah, he's in the water.
Yeah. So then he fucking hits that tank, and the blood fountain that the kid made earlier is nothing compared to when this shark explodes.
Oh yeah.
The tank,
it's great.
The tank puts shark chunks everywhere. This motherfucker is dead.
And I love the body of the shark, like the half non-blown up body floating to the bottom.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
Yeah. So our heroes have won. And after all that excitement, Hooper pops back out, and you're like, oh, Hooper's around. This is good. And there's the scene of, like, he just says Quint. And Brody just says, no. And that's all they really talk about. And I don't even know if you need more, but it is. It's very much just like, okay, like, well, we're alive, and, like, we need to get back to land now.
Yeah, there is that disappointment on both their faces of, like, yeah, we won, but not without consequence, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, that's
yeah. They swim back, and that's it.
They swim back. Happy music. Everybody's happy.
I love that end. I love. You don't need to have them come back, and the mayor is there and have a celebration in their honor.
No,
I love the fact that they're just like basically just paddling in.
Yeah, and it's like what they just accomplished and what they just did, and then they're basically reduced down to just two dudes on a board, like having to like paddle themselves back.
Yeah.
But you know how happy I'd be, like if you and I had to do that, and it was just like, well, now we got to get back, and it's like, all right, well, we can take our time. Like there's not a shark trying to fucking eat us anymore.
Yeah, it would be a very relaxing time after that.
Yeah.
Although now at this point, there's been 2 sharks in water that there's not supposed to be sharks, so I would be questioning.
Well, yeah, now you do have to, going forward, you have to plan for the future and just like, is this a problem? Is this going to be a problem? But
Right.
that's why I would keep Hooper around. Just like, how would you like a job around here in Amity?
Right.
But yeah, like I said, I know most movies we talk about are kind of ridiculous. This one, there's not too much to shit on, I don't think.
Obviously, there really wasn't.
Yeah. I mean, this is a pretty solid movie, and I think everybody knows this is a pretty solid movie.
Every once in a while, I run into people who never watched it. I know Frank hadn't seen it up until like a year or 2 ago.
Really? I figured he'd be all over that.
I know, it always surprised me. I don't know if he really liked it or not. I don't remember.
Huh.
But yeah, sometimes I run into people who just haven't seen it. This movie actually made my mom. She's never really been in the ocean after seeing it.
Huh.
So.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
We gave you Jaws. Is there anything else you have to say, Brad?
That is it.
All right. Well, have a safe summer, everybody, and stay out of the water and go watch a movie.
Watch a movie.
Grant and Brad's Ghastly Gal.
This is